In Our Country by Susan and Daniel Morton. Now, this here are not any illustrations, but photographs of different places in our country. Some of them you might even recognize. This is a map of our country, and these are all the states, or most of the states, anyways. I wonder if anybody can see what color New York State is. Does anybody know? You're right. It's the yellow one right here. This is the state that we live in, and we live in sort of right in the middle right there. New York State. Some parts there in some parts there are forests. Forests with really, really tall trees. Have any of you been walking in the woods around here? There's so many tall trees, but in certain places, the trees are 100 feet tall. In others, there are deserts, and you might find those out west. Lots of sand, and this is actually an ancient volcano. In some parts, there are beaches. And there's a Pacific Ocean that we have and an Atlantic Ocean where people can run and play on the beach. And this water here is salt water. In others, there are marshes, almost like really wetlands or marshes where there's water underneath and the grasses grow right on the water or in the water. In some parts, there are rivers. And I know we have some rivers and some streams. We have lots of animals, and this little boy caught a fish. Or maybe it's a girl. In others, there are lakes. You can see the beautiful mountains in the background and a very big crystal lake. I like how you can see the reflections of the mountains in the lake. In some part, there are canyons. Now, these are very big holes in the ground, worn away by water. These here, there's a lot of rocks around. And even you can go to some of our gorges around here. We can see canyons are a lot bigger, but gorges are smaller. And you can see how the water's carved away the rocks. And you can go to some of our state parks like Treman and Taganik and Buttermilk Falls. All those will show different gorges and canyons. In others, there are prairies. Big flat areas where there's a lot of farming going on. Here, they're growing some wheat. In some parts, there are snow-covered mountains. And this right here is part of what's called a glacier, a big wall of ice that grows and moves in very, very cold places, probably like Alaska. Let's take care of our whole country. Looks like these boys and girls are ready to plant some trees. The end.